Era si byange musayina tini namba saka nebya tini namba sibitegera amene mfundo obusete newola bwewole ye tini namba byebiki manange sente zange
tax identification number oba jite namba musubuzi wanisa miwala asasulira emisolo
kati ebinze njifuna ntya bambikola ntya
ebintu babigonza olina ndagamuntu
iyinjirina
ogenda bugenzi ku website ya URA
www.ura.go.ug aho nolondako e-services then nogenda ku tin registration aho nooteramu n'ennamba yo n'omwaka gwe wazaalibwamu amannya go gajja kweleeta automatically awo nojjuzaamu n'ebirala bitono nnyo ebyetaagisibwa ng'ennamba y'essimu yo email address yo ne gy'obeera era nga bino osobola obbisanga emabega wandagamuntu yo then nosubmitinga nga kamesagi kajja direct ku ssimu yo mu dakiika ntono nnyo
nga sina ye bannange bintu bikolera ddala bannaye obugayaavu kibi omanyiti obugayaavu bukuza muti bannange weebale Dangote bannange omponyeza omanye ebintu byange bingi byowonyeza okubbibwa nzizeyo mu URA walala banaye vudde banzibye ezempedde jangu eno naawe olowooza babbi ba ku street be banzibye saabo kankubulire natikka ebintu byange okuva China ne bangamba neetaaga tiini namba nze nga sigirina neetuma omuntu omulala abindeetere kati ngenze mu URA baŋŋambye ebintu byange tebiri mu manya gange era si byange mbusayina tiini namba saka nebya tiini namba sibitegeera amene mfundo obusete newola bwewole ye tiini namba byebiki manange sente zange
tax identification number oba jite namba musubuzi wanisa miwala asasulira emisolo
kati ebinze njifuna ntya bambikola ntya
ebintu babigonza olina ndagamuntu
iyinjirina
ogenda bugenzi ku website ya URA
www.ura.go.ug aho nolondako e-services then nogenda ku tin registration aho nooteramu n'ennamba yo n'omwaka gwe wazaalibwamu amannya go gajja kweleeta automatically awo nojjuzaamu n'ebirala bitono nnyo ebyetaagisibwa ng'ennamba y'essimu yo email address yo ne gy'obeera
walala banaye vudde banzibye ezempedde jangu eno naawe olowooza babbi ba ku street be banzibye saabo kankubulire natikka ebintu byange okuva China ne bangamba neetaaga tiini namba nze nga sigirina neetuma omuntu omulala abindeetere kati ngenze mu URA baŋŋambye ebintu byange tebiri mu manya gange era si byange mbusayina tiini namba saka nebya tiini namba sibitegeera amene mfundo obusete newola bwewole ye tiini namba byebiki manange sente zange
tax identification number oba jite namba musubuzi wanisa miwala asasulira emisolo
kati ebinze njifuna ntya bambikola ntya
ebintu babigonza olina ndagamuntu
iyinjirina
ogenda bugenzi ku website ya URA
www.ura.go.ug aho nolondako e-services then nogenda
Hey. Good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Asaba Joan Generous Isabella, and on behalf of the Uganda Revenue Authority, I would like to welcome you warmly to this webinar where we are going to talk about common causes of clearance delays and how to avoid them. International trade relies deeply on predictability, efficiency, and compliance. With me in studio, we have experts from the Customs Department. I'll give them a few seconds to introduce themselves, and then we shall dive right away into the topic. Thank you very much. Yes, please kindly introduce yourselves to the viewers.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Hosea Chivumbi Kalebu. I'm from Customs Department, and I sit at DPC. It's good to be here.
Nice to meet you, Hosea.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, good morning, viewers. My name is Lucy Ikom, officer in Customs, and I sit in the DPC.
Wonderful.
Nice meeting.
Nice meeting you too. So we shall get right in. What is customs clearance? what causes the delays, because that is why we are here and talking and addressing such issues to importers and exporters.
Okay. Okay.
Anyone can shoot at that.
Okay. Good morning once again. Customs clearance is a process every shipment must go through before it is allowed into the country, or it leaves the country. For example, here I want to consider both imports and exports. Before a shipment is allowed to enter a given country or leave a given country, it has to go through customs clearance. And customs clearance involves a number of activities. It involves document check, we have inspections, we have valuation, we have regulatory compliance checks, and you must know that customs clearance is mandatory and it is legal. And for the case of East African Community, it is governed by the East African Customs Management Act and enforced by the relevant revenue authorities. For example, for the case of Uganda, it is governed by the East African Customs Act and enforced by Uganda Revenue Authority. For the case of Kenya, still it is governed by the East African Customs Act and enforced by Kenya Revenue Authority. For the case of Rwanda, it is still governed by the same act and enforced by Rwanda Revenue Authority. Yes, that is customs clearance. And in international trade, it is deemed the gateway that allows goods to cross borders or otherwise. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Hosea, for that submission.
You're welcome.
Over to you, Lucy. When we talk about clearance, in my mind, I'm thinking there are timelines that are attached to clearance. And then I'm thinking that we are having also importers and exporters. Throw more light about that, if there are any differences between the importers and exporters when it comes to clearance, and what type of documentation each of the parties need to have.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, in regards to the clearance timelines, both parties, they play a role. For example, when you delay to give the declarant documents, of course, in that way, the delays are caused. Yes. And also when the declarant delays to submit the documents to URA, also that will affect the timelines in the clearance of the goods within customs. Yeah.
Is there any specific documentation that they should come with or they should note down in order to make the process as smooth as possible and fast track it?
Yes, there are mandatory documents that an importer is supposed to submit to the declarant. For example, we have invoices, the invoices you use to buy the goods. We have the bill of lading. We have the packing lists. We have the terms of payment. How did you pay for the goods? And we also have the agreements. You have an agreement with your supplier in case you bought the goods on credit. All that information, you must avail it to the declarant prior to customs clearance of your goods.
Okay.
Yes.
So back to Hosea. Hosea, among when you were talking about the problems that are encountered by the taxpayers during their clearance, you mentioned documentation, then you mentioned valuation.
Yes.
Yes. So could you throw more light when it comes to valuation and how it affects the clearance process?
Now, for example, let me first of all even throw more light on the time clearances as well.
Yes.
With the time clearances, I think now time clearances have now become like, they have improved in the recent years. For example, with the rollout of the single window, with the opening up of the one-stop border post, you find that now clearance times have somehow reduced. For example, if a shipment has all the documents, it has all the documents, now that means that such a shipment or the consignee is the trusted consignee. So that is now green lane entries. Then green lane entries with our time clearances, we shall quickly see them through customs clearance. Then when it comes to the yellow lane, that is a document check, we also clear them faster as well, depending on the accuracy of the documents. Then when it comes to red lane entries, the red lane entries take slightly longer because they are deemed not to be compliant. So there's a number of processes that we have to go through, like verification, ascertaining the documents, whether they are right. And in case, you see, when someone is not compliant, the system channels these declarations from, for example, green to yellow. All that increases the clearance time. When a document, a consignment is channeled from yellow to red, that is physical examination. And that will take longer depending on the queues and the risk levels involved. Yeah, and now when it comes to valuation, if someone declares to customs and he declares incomplete documents, like they are mismatch, like incorrect declarations, that means they are mismatched invoices. For example, he might attach an invoice reading $50,000 yet on the declaration it is $25,000.
Okay.
Now for us, what we need to do is to, given that we've done a thorough check of the documents, then we shall say, no, we can't allow this. How come your invoice is reading a different amount and what you've declared to customs is also a different amount? So it raises queries. We are going to query. Now, when you query, you're increasing the clearance time.
Clearance timeline.
So after querying, the agent will also take time to respond. So you see, the clearance time widens further and further. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ideally, how long is it supposed to take customs to clear a shipment? Let's give, let's say there is an SLA that you are working with.
Yes.
How long? The right, like, let's say you're telling the customer, give us 24 hours.
Yes.
What is the definite time frame? Then after that time, then someone should start asking, what is happening to the shipment? Why has it delayed?
Now, for example, I'll give the green lane entries. Green lane entries, they are deemed to be trusted. So as soon as we receive it, such a shipment, and we go through the documentation, and it is green, that we trust that client, the owner of that shipment, we are going to clear it through there and then. Now, when it comes to yellow lane entries, that is document check. We are also going to clear it out as fast as possible, depending on the accuracy of the document. So, yes.
So it all depends on what was declared.
It all depends on the client and the declaration he has made, whether it is correct, they are correct declarations, whether they are complete declarations. It all depends on the client.
Okay.
Yes.
And in this case, if you're talking about the client, then that means you're meaning the clearing agent, because I think the clearing agent supports the client.
Yes. Exactly. Yes.
All right. There you have it, viewers. I think we all have to be cognizant of the fact that we have to make the right declarations in the various documentations such that the goods do not delay at a particular bonded warehouse, right? Or even at a border point.
Yes.
Okay.
And even in DPC.
Oh,
Yes.
also
And processing
DPC.
center.
Yes.
Okay. So, Lucy,
Yeah.
we have talked about, Hosea has addressed valuation. Could you speak about classification of goods? Yes.
Yes. What is tariff classification? These are the HS codes that we code to goods and attach import duty to be paid on certain products. For example, we have raw materials that pay 0% import duty. We have semi-processed goods that pay 10% import duty. We have some finished goods that pay 25, 35, and sensitive goods that pay 60% import duty and also 100% import duty, for example, sugar. Now, how would tariff classification affect clearance? For example, you bring in your goods. These goods are supposed to pay 25% import duty. For example, let me give an example of plastics. Yes? You brought a plastic cup or you've imported plastic chairs. They're supposed to pay 25% import duty. I'm just giving an example. But you declare them under 10% import duty. Customs, that clearance will come through customs. We shall do a check. And when we realize that these goods have paid 10% import duty, yet they were supposed to pay 25% import duty, you will be subject to a query.
Okay.
Why did you misclassify the goods? You shall pose that question to the declarant. Okay? If you don't have answers to that, we shall do the amendment of the entry and we shall also give you penalties for misclassification. Now you see how that delay will affect the trader to get his goods in the market earlier, because the declarant has done a misclassification. He has paid penalties that he had not budgeted for, because by the time an importer brings the declaration to customs, you have already projected probably the taxes you're going to pay. Now, the declarant has done a misclassification. The declarant is going to you're going to be given penalties. Now, that is going to affect your projected taxes that you would have paid, and now they are increasing other budgets on you that you had not projected. So in that way, it affects the clearance time, and it also affects the importer to get his goods very fast.
All right.
Yeah.
So throughout this declaration,
yes,
is there a way that URA supports the importer? Is there a way that URA can get to communicate with the clearing agent and the client before submitting the necessary documentation or before making the declaration, such that we can phase out that other bit of, you've done a wrong declaration, so you will have to wait a little bit, then you face the penalties. Is there a way something like that can be done?
Yes.
Yes, please.
There is a way it can be done. And first of all, URA has a program of teaching the clearing agents on what to do. So the aim is to educate the clearing fraternity on understanding the processes and procedures of customs clearance. So, and the agents, like they go between URA and the client. So URA has that program whereby we educate the clearing agents on what to do, the new processes. So the clearing agent now has to go to the client. It also educate the client on what to do, submit genuine documents, do the right declarations. Yes. And another thing, our offices are open. We have numbers that anyone can call. Then if at all you have a shipment that you intend to ship in, consult before you ship.
Okay.
Yes. Then also another thing, we have even other agencies that we work with. For example, okay, if the shipment is somehow restricted, you need to get those permits. You get in touch with other agencies that work with hand in hand with URA. Then you get to know which certification do I need before I import in such a commodity, so that you're already at par with whatever information that you need before you ship in the shipment. Okay. So that will do away with the delays.
We also, let me also add on that.
Yes.
We also have units, for example, trade division, where valuation sits, technical valuation, and tariff. In these units, you walk in tariff as an importer or as a declarant. In case you have goods you are intending to import, they can easily give you the tax rate to be paid and also give you the projected value of goods that you're intending to bring in. Yes. So in this case, you can avoid those delays.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we have been talking about, there is something new that has come up, but probably it has been on the authorized economic operator.
Yes.
How does this program plug into avoiding clearance of delays, but also how does it help to enforce compliance between URA, the client, and the clearing agent?
The AEO is authorized economic operator. It came in play in 2005. That is when the Council of Commissioners met in Brussels. So they came up with a safe framework of standards that gave birth to the AEO.
Okay.
The AEO calls for three things. That is compliance, trust, and ability. So if the AEO is one, trusted, is compliant, and has the ability, then we treat that. So if the AEO has is compliant, he's trusted, that means that all his consignments are going to be cleared through easily. And I want you to understand that AEO is a status. It is a status given to trusted traders,
Traders and
manufacturers, and clearing firms. So if we have traders who are trusted, and we have clearing firms which are trusted, and we have manufacturers who are trusted, then customs clearance is just a snap away.
More responsible. Yeah. Okay. That is something. I just needed to point the viewers to know more about the authorized economic operator program and how it contributes to compliance. So in the process of clearance, we have stakeholders that we deal with every now and then. Who are those stakeholders, and what information do they require of either the client or the clearing agent, and maybe what are their expectations throughout this clearing process?
Okay. We have the stakeholders, we have the clearing agents, we also have the non-government agencies, that is NDA, UNBS, and MAIF. Under clearing agents, we also have the consolidators. Okay, what do these contribute in regards to clearances? Let me take an example. of a consolidator. A consolidator, if a consolidator takes long to deconsolidate cargo, okay, and also to respond to queries that have been given by customs, of course, that is going to lead to a delay. In the event that a clearing agent has delayed, okay, to answer queries that have been posed by customs, okay, that is going to cause a delay in the processes. Then also government agencies, non-government agents, other government agencies, for example, UNBS and NDA, in case they delay to untag, okay, untag the goods, because there are some goods that are tagged by UNBS because they want to check whether these goods are up to standard, okay? So these agencies, in one way or another, when they take long to untag or to give a green lane to the goods, that will cause a delay in customs. Customs cannot release those goods unless UNBS or other government agencies have untagged the goods.
Okay.
Yes.
So you, there is something that you have spoken there. Consolidator, deconsolidates, then untag. Those are, I think those are quite new words in my ears. Yes, they are new, but I'm also assuming that we are having quite new viewers on screen who may not be knowing what those words are. Is it Hosea?
Yes.
Will Hosea take it on?
Yes, let him.
Please, Hosea.
Throw more light on that.
Throw more light on consolidator, deconsolidate, and untagging.
Consolidators, this is where we have people coming in, like if I have my small luggage, then I want like group it into one container. Then we have a leader. Yes, we have a leader. Let the leader lead through the entire process of clearing. So it has been an issue. It has been an issue. However, it is being handled, and it has been handled still. So we are, at least we are seeing an improvement. Yes.
Is that the groupage
Yeah,
cargo thing?
groupage
cargo
yes.
thing, yes.
Groupage cargo.
Yes. And now the untagging. Untagging, basically another thing that I wanted to bring up, we are forgetting the motor vehicle unit.
As a stakeholder?
No, a motor vehicle unit in URA, a DPC. There are so many delays. And the delays are not caused by URA. For example, for us in DPC, when it comes to clearing motor vehicles, we are interested in the value, in the taxes of the motor vehicle. So for us, what we do, if the vehicle is like undervalued, we uplift the value, or if it is okay, then we release. However, these agents, after releasing, then it goes to Ministry of Works. Now the agents, there is a way they capture the motor vehicle with the wrong details. Now when it reaches the Ministry of Works, they also query back. When they query, now people will always run, URA, my motor vehicle, I've already paid taxes, but now, yet the problem is with the clearing agent, the way he populated the motor vehicle form, the color, the details, the CC. So that's why Ministry of Works will always like query back. So increasing the clearance time.
Yes. Okay, so I think we are supposed to be now calling upon the clearing agents to be more vigilant when they are populating data.
Exactly.
Is it so?
Yes, and if they need also training, yes, we can sit down with a URA and Ministry of Works. Then they harmonize on how to do away with the delays. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. I would like to remind our viewers that you can send through your questions just in case you want to pose a few questions to either Lucy or Hosea, in case you are still confused about anything to do with clearance of goods and how to avoid them. We are soon coming to the end of the show, but we are not yet. We need to address now to get into the solutions bit. We now already know what causes the delays. So, what solutions are you going to give to the taxpayers, to the importers, that you know what? If it's Joanne, please Joanne endeavor to do this and this and this. Just like give us the A, from the A to the Z, what it is that the taxpayer needs to do such that their goods are cleared on time.
Okay. Maybe to add on the other common causes of delays, we have incorrect declarations.
Okay.
What do I mean by incorrect declarations? This is, for example, an importer has imported 5 items of goods, and the declarant has declared only 2 items. What is the consequences for that? The consequences for that is that the client or the declarant is going to be penalized for under declaration. You have 5 items, you've only declared only 2.
Yes.
The other thing, you're going to be subject to amending. We are going to amend the entry and add those items. The client has been penalized, and we are going to amend those entries on the entry. They will take quite a long time, okay? We also have system issues. System issues also could cause delays. And these system issues, sometimes they are internal or external, and sometimes they are beyond our control.
Yeah.
So those are also some of the issues that can cause delays. What do you expect from a taxpayer or a trader to do to avoid these delays? I would really suggest that an importer gives the right documents to the declarant. If the declarant has requested for an invoice, avail it. Give the declarant every document that is attached to your declaration, to your shipment. If it is a TT, how you paid for the goods, please submit them. If it is an invoice, submit it. If it's a bill of lading, submit it. A packing list, submit it. If in case you got the goods under credit, please submit every document that is concerned about your shipment. In this way, we are going to avoid the delays because we keep on asking for those documents back and forth. If you don't submit those documents, we are going to request them through a queries. And those queries, they affect delays. The other thing is that let's endeavor to use registered clearing agents. Okay? These agents can be got from the web portal. You are a web portal. We have authorized and licensed clearing agents on the web portal. This avoids fraud, okay? Because when you use a declarant who is not authorized, you're bound to get fraud issues and also cause customs delays because this person is going to deal with another person and another person, the middleman, you get, and that is causing delays. The other thing also I think we should, the traders should do is also keep on consulting URA in case of any queries. You have queries regarding your goods, you're intending to import, kindly, our lines are open, keep on calling, we shall always give you that information. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, Jose, you needed to add something?
Let me also add something here. There is a scenario that I encountered on Sunday. On Sunday, I came in at around 6:30 in the office. Then I found some Musei Indian, just seated just next to the entrance. So when I came in, the agents, the Indian stood up, then said, "Hey, are you an officer here?" I said, "Yes, I have a shipment which has delayed here." So he gave me the entry number. I went upstairs, I checked, then I found that I had already assessed this entry on a Thursday. Today is Sunday. On Thursday, and I gave it a top up. of about 3.8 million. But now the client was not in the know. So the client was saying, my shipment has delayed, yet there is a top up to be paid. So I asked him, how about your agent? Didn't your agent give you feedback about this? He said no. I'm even trying to call him since Friday is not picking. So I think for us to mitigate on the delays, let these the agents and the importers have a cordial way of communicating. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. I think that is another call to rally to the clearing agents. Please, our dear clearing agents, we still want to be in good business with you. And you also still want to maintain the clientele that you have in your portfolio. Please be more vigilant when you are populating the data in the declaration forms, but also keep checking on the messages and keep communicating to your clients, just in case such that we can phase out the delays in the clearing process. So we are moving in a world that is having technological advancements each day. You sleep, you wake up, you snooze, the next day there is something that is new.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
What is new? First, what is new in customs in regards to clearing processes? What new advancements in regards to technology are there? And how is URA taking part? Are we leveraging on the technology, or are we still trying to crawl to get there? What is happening?
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, we have technological improvements that we put in place as URA in regards to efficiency clearance of goods. One of it is online and mobile banking, where a client can do online banking and mobile money, and instantly we can get to know that the goods have been paid for, and thus we clear your goods very fast. Again, also customs has put up systems in place, specifically DPC, to facilitate clearances. One of it that DPC has put, we have structured DPC, restructured DPC. For example, we have Sector A and Sector B, where Sector A is managing only Kampala entries. What do I mean that it's managing Kampala entries? We have officers dedicated to handle declarations for that have been captured within Kampala. Then we have Sector B, where we have declarations that have been captured in other stations, for example, Entebbe, Bus Terminal, Single Customs Territory, Busia, Jinja, Malaba, Mutukula, Mbale, and Imbarara, etc. That is also being managed by a manager, and it also has dedicated supervisors to manage that. Why has this been put in place? This has been put in place so that an officer and a supervisor is dedicated to handle those stations, can have keen documentation check, and also in the end it avoids clearance time. What else has system customs has put in place, mainly in DPC? We have a dedicated desk that is handling walk-in clients, a customer care desk that sits down handling walk-in clients. In case you have a query regarding your documents, regarding your declaration, kindly walk into the DPC. You will always find a dedicated staff who is able to answer your queries. We also have URA touch point, where we raise our queries in regards to any query that we are having in case of customs delays in regards to your transaction. We have also business reviews that are coming in place. They have not been implemented, but management is going to implement them with time. One of it is auto notifications, and I think this will be a credit to URA, whereby both the agent and the importer is going to be notified in case there is a query regarding your documents or regarding your declaration. Both the agent and the importer will be notified. You will get that pop-up notification either on your email just to know the status of your declaration. Then we're going to also have an auto release, whereby in the event that you have paid taxes, automatically your goods shall be released in the system. That is also going to avoid the delays. Then we're also planning, Customs is planning to amend the query and amendment module. Query and amendment module is where an entry is queried. It goes to the officer, and the officer, the officer, in case the officer is requerying the entry, he will query that entry. Maybe the officer is asking for documents. Maybe the officer is asking for some clarification in regards to a declaration. So that query, the officer takes it back to the declarant, okay? Asking maybe for a document or a clarification. So in the event that that query has not been answered within 72 hours, that query will automatically come back to the officer. And in that, the officer or the management of DPC will be able to know that this query has not been answered. What should we do? Can we directly consult the importer, call the importer directly, or we call the declarant and ask them what is the problem with this declaration. Yeah. The other thing that DPC has put up, system that DPC has put up in place to reduce or facilitate time clearance is we have flexible adjustments in work. DPC is working 24 hours and we also work on Saturday and Sunday. Okay? What do I mean by shifts? There is a shift that is working both day and a shift that is working at night. So depending on the workload, our management sees the workload. In case the workload is too much, we combine the shifts. Why do we combine the shifts? To manage the time clearances, and also most of the banks are open and most of our units we work hand in hand with, they also work during day. So in that, we are able to manage the time clearances. The taxpayers are able to pay their taxes in time, hence reducing on the time clearance within customs. So basically, those are some of the systems that customs has put in place and is going to put in place to manage the time clearances within customs.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I think we shall just give an asante sana to customs for trying to manage the situation. We are having a number of three queries, but also clients trying to vent their frustrations. So we have a lady, she says that the delays these days, even when you have attached everything, regardless of where you are, an AEO ticket takes days or even a week. Hosea, is that you? So the client is saying that even when they attach every documentation, the AEO tickets takes days or even a week. Yes. How is that going to be addressed? I need you to give assurance to your viewers.
Yes. Maybe if she had given a scenario, because so for us, what we know and what we do, AEOs, we give them priority, so long as all the documents are attached. Not that given that they are AEOs and some documents are missing, we are going to clear it out. No, still we have to query and say, okay, the bill of lading is not attached. So we cannot clear out a consignment when the bill of lading is missing.
Okay.
You see? Because the bill of lading is like a title of ownership. So if at all I release without a title of ownership, and the goods are taken by someone else, then it will come back to URA. Yes. So maybe if she had given a scenario, this is the entry, the declaration I had made, this is the documents that I had touched, and the client and the customs officer queried for this document, yet it was attached. As far as I know, if it is an AEO, it is a trusted client, it is trusted shipment. If documents are fully attached, no one will ever query.
Let me also add on to that. Yeah, about the AEO submitting all the documents, another submission I would put, we have an supervisor dedicated to handling AEO clients. Okay. Yes, in the DPC. So in case of any queries, kindly address them to the supervisor. She's called Abigail. She's the one handling AEO clients. Then we also have some clients, some AEO clients that have failed to meet the standards of the AEO program. The AEO program was meant to facilitate clients faster, but there are some AEO declarants, AEO importers who have failed to meet this standard. And this is subjecting their transactions to physical verification, subjecting their declarations to doc check, and once you do not submit the right documents, once your declaration has been subjected to physical verification, that is the red lane, of course, this is going to lead to delays. So I encourage all AEO clients, both the declarants and the importers and the manufacturers, kindly let's meet the standards of the AEO program. And why it was put in place was to facilitate our clients faster. In DPC we call them our red lane. They're called our red carpet clients. We always give them that facility and the fast clearance facility. So I implore all the AEO clients, let us meet these standards and your declarations will not be delayed within the DPC.
Okay.
Yes.
Another suggestion. Give us rights to unlock entries in case where entry locks. Okay, the English is a little bit, so I'm trying to arrange it.
But we understand.
In case entry locks after internal internet has gone off before print of release order is done. I don't know what this client is saying, but probably I hope you've understood.
Yeah. Yes, I think we are not the ones like in DPC to give rights. Yes, that is a system issue. Let them maybe come up as a clearing fraternity, right to URA management, then URA management after vetting, they'll forward it to systems.
Yes. You mean the Commissioner General? They should write to the Commissioner General?
URA management. URA management.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, I think the client has had that. Then the last one, DPC turnaround time. Let me first put a pause on that. DPC means document
processing center.
Processing center. Yes. Just for clarity and just for all of us to be on the same page. So DPC turnaround time to release entries has been the biggest delay for clearance timeline. How will this be sorted despite numerous deployment of officers in that department?
Yeah, I think DPC is a central hub.
Okay.
It is a central hub where we handle document check for compliance to tax laws and eventually revenue collection.
All right.
So it all starts with the client. If a client puts up a declaration with incorrect details, incomplete declarations, even if we have a number of officers, we cannot just release. We shall always query. And in case there is any kind of misclassification, we shall, one, query. If the client is saying, no, that is the right classification, then we shall recall for re-verification. After calling for verification, we shall now sit down, even pick samples, then we classify as we have the sample with us.
All right.
It will lead to seizure. It will lead to amendments. All that is increasing clearance time. So long as we are beefed up and the client is not doing the right thing, the delays are not going to end. So it all stems with the client. Let the client sit down, prepare well, double check his or her declaration, then forward it to customers.
Another, let me also add on to that. Okay, Customs has put up a system, actually they put up a system of valuing goods at IM7. Valuing goods at IM7, what does it mean? We are valuing goods after the goods have been verified, okay? That document is called an IM7. When that IM7 comes to DPC, we give values. That is in case the client doesn't have sufficient documents to support transaction value. We shall give values based on the value guideline and other methods of valuation, okay? So in the event that we give you the values at IM7, the declarant captures your declaration with the values that have been given to you, okay? So once those values have been given to you and the declarant captures an IM4, that is a home consumption regime, where now the taxes are going to be paid, and after the taxes have been paid, you are subject to a release. So in the event that the declarant has used the IM7 values, you are subject to an release at IM4. There is no delay. Your goods are automatically released. However, we have some declarants that are stubborn. I don't know, I should call it stubborn, or they are not incompetent enough. They are given values, and at the end, at the IM4, they are going to capture the IM4 with the values that have not been given to them at IM7. What is that going to cause? We are going to re-amend the entry using the values that were given in the IM7. That is causing the client or the trader a delay. His goods are not going to reach in the market faster, and you're not going to compete with a client who is tax compliant, a client who has submitted all his documents, a client who has used values at IM7 directly. You are going to cause a delay to this trader who is going into the market. So this still goes back to the declarant. That is the clearing agent. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Hosea.
Yes.
What are your parting shots to the viewers?
I should say that for us to end these delays, we are here as partners with our clients, and we are here to serve them. We are always here very early in the morning. We leave late in the evening to serve our clients. However, to serve them better, they need to be authentic. They need to be transparent. Let them declare complete declarations. Let them give genuine documentation to help us also clear them out first. That is my closing remark. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hosea.
Welcome.
Yes, Lucy.
Yes.
Okay, my final message to the traders and the stakeholders. Okay, let us utilize the URA touch point in case of any queries. The URA touch point, we have dedicated staff who are working on those touch points, and we have a walk-in desk at DPC. Kindly utilize it in case of anything. We have some traders who fear to come to URA. We have some stakeholders who keep on tossing the traders up and down. Let the traders please utilize the help desk of DPC. Your queries shall be handled. Then the other thing that I employ our traders to do, also do prior inquiries. I am intending to import furniture. Walk into the DPC, walk into the tariff unit, walk into the valuation unit. You will always be guided. By that, you are able to project that when my goods arrive in customs, this is the would-be taxes, or this is the import duty that I'm bound to pay. It helps you to plan accordingly, hence reduce on time clearances. Then the other thing, let us use authorized consolidators. We have very many importers of late who are consolidating cargo. That is importing goods in small quantities, and that is supporting our small traders. Okay, so let us use the authorized consolidators, and also let us use the authorized clearing agents, licensed clearing agents. We can get them on the web portal. In that way, we shall be able to reduce on the time clearances in customs. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much to our viewers for tuning in today and for making the conversation quite engaging as possible. My heartfelt appreciation to you, Hosea and Lucy, for coming up here and giving our viewers practical guidance, and to also letting them know that they can reach out to you anytime. Dear viewers, Customs Department works 24/7, 365 days a year. Please reach out to them anytime, any day, and they will be around to support you. I've been your host. Till the next show, have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
Aya, ese wazana ebiyinza okuba nga bye bino kangende biranja bikeberere.